Good evening, and welcome to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm Nicodemus, and I will be your host as we take a look at the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And remember, none of this is financial advice. And it's 10 p.m. on Saturday, July 15th, 2023. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we have no sponsors, no hidden agendas, and no BS. But we do have the news, so let's get to that. But first, make sure you comment on the June 2023 covers video for your shot to win a shiny new hardware wallet at the end of this month. There's not very many comments on there right now, so every single entry has a really good chance of winning. Good luck to you entrants, maybe that could be you. Now tonight, we're going to unravel the implications of Ripple's recent legal victory and what it means for the crypto industry. We'll also explore the ripple effect of this decision on Coinbase and the optimism that it has sparked. Then we'll shift gears to Binance's journey and its recent challenges, followed by an exciting update from BlackRock about their ETF filing. We'll also delve into the controversial topic of central bank digital currencies and the political promises surrounding them. Finally, we'll discuss the recent arrest of the founder of Celsius and its potential repercussions for the crypto world. So buckle up and get ready for an exciting ride through the latest happenings in the crypto universe. Ripple, the company behind the XRP token, recently won a partial victory in its ongoing legal battle against the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission. The SEC accused Ripple of selling unregistered securities, but a federal judge has ruled that the sale of Ripple's XRP tokens on exchanges and through algorithms did not constitute investment contracts. This is a significant development. It could potentially change the landscape of the SEC's enforcement in the crypto industry. The SEC has been pursuing a number of exchange platforms, including Binance and Coinbase, for operating what it deems to be unregistered trading platforms. However, this recent ruling may provide these companies with a new defense strategy. Despite this, some legal experts have cautioned that the ruling is fairly specific to the circumstances around Ripple's case and may not necessarily apply to other cases. Here's my take on it. This Ripple case was a test for the crypto industry, a big one. Many were expecting Ripple to lose. That would have had serious implications for other crypto market players. However, this partial victory has given the crypto community a bit of confidence and could potentially encourage other companies to fight back against the SEC. This ruling has also sparked discussions about the need for legislative action to establish a clear regulatory framework for the crypto industry. Some believe the Ripple case highlights the inadequacy of the SEC's current approach and underscores the need for Congress to step in. However, the SEC is expected to continue its enforcement efforts, and it remains to be seen how this ruling will impact the broader crypto industry in the long run. The Ripple case represents a significant moment in the ongoing struggle between the crypto industry and the regulatory authorities. While it provides some hope for crypto firms, it also underscores the need for clear, competent, and comprehensive regulation in this rapidly evolving industry. Now, we're going to change gears and talk about the effect of the XRP decision on Coinbase. But before we do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Paul Grewal, the chief legal officer at Coinbase, expressed optimism about the future of the crypto industry. He believes that the industry is ready to move past the legal issues and focus on innovation. This sentiment comes in the wake of Ripple Labs' partial legal victory against the Securities Exchange Commission. These comments suggest a positive shift in the industry's outlook, with a renewed focus on technological advancements rather than legal disputes. Coinbase, along with other platforms like Crypto.com and Kraken Pro, reopened trading for XRP following the ruling. The value of XRP saw a significant increase, jumping by more than 80% due to massive trading volume. Coinbase acknowledged this as a big win for the crypto industry, indicating a potential thaw in this crypto winter. For its part, the SEC clarified that approving a company's S-1 application to go public does not imply endorsement of the company's business structure or its compliance with regulations. Editor's note, I just don't see how you can say that. If you're a regulator and you see something going on against your regulations, you're supposed to do something about it. Regulate. You don't just stand there and let it go by. That's the exact opposite of protecting people, Gary. This statement was made during the pre-motion hearing of the SEC versus Coinbase case. The SEC emphasized that it did not approve of Coinbase's business structure when it greenlit the company's public listing in April 2021. This has raised questions about the SEC's role and its responsibility towards businesses and consumers. Because if the SEC doesn't verify a company's compliance with regulations before allowing it to go public, that could potentially expose consumers to risk. This has led to some skepticism and criticism of the SEC's approach. Coinbase, on the other hand, is pushing for an early dismissal of the case. The company argues that the SEC is charging it despite its business structure and planned activities being thoroughly described to the agency before the public offering. Folks, the crypto industry is at a crossroads, with significant legal battles and potential regulatory changes on the horizon. However, the industry remains optimistic, with companies like Coinbase leading the way in innovation and growth. From Coinbase's optimism, let's shift gears to another major player in the crypto world. But before we do, if you're enjoying our podcast, hit me up on Twitter. Link is in the show notes. Binance recently celebrated its 6th anniversary. The CEO, Changpeng Zhao, took a moment to reflect. The company started with just 5 tokens and support for 2 languages, and now it supports over 600 digital assets in more than 40 languages. Binance faced its first major challenge when China decided to ban crypto exchanges and ICOs in 2017. This led to a crash in token values and forced Binance to pay $6 million from its own pocket. However, this move paid off, attracting a flock of users and making Binance the world's largest exchange by trading volume by the end of that year. CZ also discussed the evolving regulatory landscape, expressing confidence that regulators are now paying more attention to the crypto industry. Binance has made extensive efforts in compliance and regulatory space, earning licenses and registrations across 17 countries. But it's not all sunshine and roses. Binance has faced its fair share of challenges. Recently, it reportedly laid off about 1,000 employees. Despite this, CZ remains optimistic about the future of crypto. He highlights increasing institutional adoption, with firms like Fidelity, Citadel, and BlackRock showing interest. We will be talking about BlackRock here in just a second. CZ also predicts that decentralized finance will accelerate as DeFi products make crypto ownership easy and developers create more products. He even goes so far as to predict that DeFi will exceed centralized finance in about 6 years. In another development, a third-party entity called Eon has intervened in a lawsuit filed by the SEC against Binance. Eon claims that the interests of Binance's customers have not been adequately represented in the lawsuit. It seeks compensation from both Binance and the SEC, equivalent to 20% of the daily value of the withheld funds per customer, totaling $1,000 per day. Binance, as a leading player, is at the forefront of the challenges and changes in the crypto industry. Despite these challenges, the future of crypto looks promising, and Binance is poised to play a significant role in shaping that future. From Binance's journey, let's move on to a company that's making waves in the crypto world. But before we do, remember to hit that like button if you're enjoying the podcast. BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is making waves in the crypto world. The CEO, Larry Fink, has publicly supported the role of cryptocurrencies in democratizing investing. Although, to be honest, this is a pretty new stance for Fink to be taking. That said, he's noticed a growing interest among BlackRock's clients in digital assets. He believes that cryptocurrencies have a unique value compared to other asset classes, especially in diversifying portfolios. Fink sees crypto as a truly international asset, one that will transcend any single currency. However, Fink didn't comment on BlackRock's application for a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund in the US, which is still under review by the SEC. Now, that application has been officially recognized by the SEC. This is a significant step forward for the most closely watched Bitcoin-related proposal to date. A spot Bitcoin ETF would track the value of Bitcoin, similar to how commodities like gold are tracked, without requiring the asset to be held directly. Now, one of the biggest things is it would also be tradable on traditional stock exchanges, allowing investors that are new to crypto to continue to use their TradFi tools to engage with Bitcoin. The SEC's recognition of BlackRock's application triggered a 21-day public comment period. However, the SEC's acknowledgement of the application is likely just procedural and doesn't necessarily increase their chances of approval. Last month, the SEC stated that BlackRock's bid for a Bitcoin ETF was unclear and incomprehensive, despite many believing the application would satisfy the regulatory body. Now, I found that odd because BlackRock has something like a 98% success rate in their filings with the SEC, so it's not like they don't know what they're doing. BlackRock's move into the crypto space is a significant development, and their application for a Bitcoin ETF could be a game changer. However, the final decision rests with the SEC, and it remains to be seen whether they will approve the application. Right now, it's just a waiting game. Now let's take a look at the intersection between crypto and politics. U.S. presidential candidate Ron DeSantis made a bold promise. If he wins the presidency, he will ban central bank digital currencies in the United States. This promise was made at the Family Leadership Summit on July 14th. Now, I really don't see how the president would have such authority, but I do admire his intent. Because DeSantis is not a fan of the idea of a digital dollar in the US any more than I am. In fact, he's been quite vocal in his opposition. Earlier in May, he even passed a bill in Florida that stops the use of federal CBDCs as money. The bill also bans the use of foreign CBDCs. Now, DeSantis believes that these digital currencies will give too much power to a central authority, taking it away from consumers. CBDCs have been a hot topic of debate in the crypto community. Some worry that CBDCs could threaten citizens' privacy and give the government too much control. Others see them as a way to increase adoption and provide a global use case for blockchain technology. Currently, over 100 countries are exploring CBDCs. Of those, 39 nations have some sort of CBDC initiative underway. The U.S. Federal Reserve, however, has no plans to issue a digital dollar anytime soon. But this could change after next year's election, as more candidates are discussing crypto-related topics during their campaigns. For instance, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., another presidential candidate, has been promoting Bitcoin since May as part of his campaign for the Democratic nomination. He recently revealed that he's invested up to $250,000 in Bitcoin, although there have been some questions about the timing on that. Now, everybody's talking about the effects of the Ripple decision on the price of Bitcoin. I want to look in a different direction. Let's talk about how this legal decision can influence other court cases, like Celsius. As we covered recently, Alex Mashinsky, the founder of Celsius, was arrested, adding more heat to the ongoing debate about crypto regulation. The federal regulator's move comes at a time when the SEC's supposed authority over crypto is being challenged in court. Lawmakers and regulators are also wrestling over the need for new legislation for the sector. Mashinsky, who led Celsius as CEO until last September, has been charged with wire fraud and securities fraud. He's also accused of manipulating the price of Celsius's token, CEL. Mashinsky denies these allegations. And remember, this news broke on the same day that a New York court ruled in favor of Ripple. That ruling could impact a series of cases the SEC has against Coinbase and Binance. The SEC argues that the tokens traded on these platforms, like Solana, Polygon, and Cardano, fall under its jurisdiction. This week, lawmakers in Congress proposed changes to laws to accommodate digital assets. A bipartisan bill from Senators Cynthia Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand aims to give more crypto powers to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Now, let's take a look at this. Mashinsky tried to differentiate his case from Ripple's, claiming that CEL was registered with the SEC. However, he seems to have sought an exemption from registration by arguing that the token was only used by accredited, financially knowledgeable investors. The SEC alleges that Mashinsky wanted to talk about CEL the same way public companies talk about their stock. After Celsius, Mashinsky was the second largest holder of the CEL token. The SEC has taken Celsius to task for failing to register another of its offerings, the Earn Interest program. Now, the Earn program offered rates as high as 17% to investors willing to risk their crypto. And risk they did because, come on, 17%? That's just not realistic. The SEC also considers the program a security. Now, the SEC insists that the existing rules designed to protect investors, many of which date back to the 1930s, apply to crypto companies like Celsius. The CFTC, on the other hand, believes large-scale cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ether, USDC, and Tether are commodities under U.S. law. They argue both Mashinsky and Celsius should have been registered in connection with commodity pool operations. CFTC officials believe the Celsius affair highlights the need for change in the regulatory framework. The recent events surrounding Celsius and Mashinsky have intensified the debate on crypto regulation. It's clear that existing laws are being challenged, and the need for new legislation is strongly felt. The crypto world is watching closely as these events unfold, and the decisions made will likely have far-reaching implications for the future of crypto. So, what happened? Tonight we discussed Ripple's partial victory against the SEC, a significant development that could potentially change the landscape of the SEC's enforcement efforts in the crypto industry. We also explored the ripple effect of this decision on Coinbase, sparking optimism and a renewed focus on innovation in the crypto industry. We then shifted gears to Binance's journey, its challenges, and its optimism about the future of crypto, despite recent layoffs. We also delved into BlackRock's application for a Bitcoin ETF, a significant development that could be a game changer in the crypto space, pending SEC approval, of course. We also discuss the controversial topic of central bank digital currencies and the political promises surrounding them, with U.S. presidential candidate Ron DeSantis vowing to ban CBDCs if he wins the presidency. Finally, we discuss the recent arrest of Celsius' founder, Alex Mashinsky, and its potential repercussions for the crypto world, intensifying the debate on crypto regulation. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then please like, follow, subscribe, leave a rating, or maybe a review. And in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow night.